This video, I'm going to share the best and worst business models to start in 2025 and honestly beyond. Because I see so many people out there that aren't getting the results they want simply because they're just copying others. And all these growth coaches out here are just trying to sell you what worked for them. Now, obviously, this doesn't work because everyone's in a different situation. Everyone has a different vision and long term goal for themselves. Some people just want freedom. Some people just want more money. Some people just want more time and less work. So, what we need to do is actually start from the top and work our way backwards. Now, if you're new here, my name is Chase Whale, and I've worked with over 200 brands, helping them grow and save time by leveraging AI and specific sales systems. Now, let's get right into it. Now, first, we need to start with your dream life, right? Now, I always tell people 5 years is too close and 20 years is too far away. So 10 years is a nice little sweet spot to actually start visualizing your day-to-day life, right? So how much money do you want to be taking home every year or every month? Where are you living? Are you living in the United States? Are you living in a condo? Are you living in a house? Are you living in the city, in the country? Are you married? Do you have a family? What do you want your day-to-day schedule to look like, right? Are you coming home every work at 5 o'clock and eating dinner with the family, right? All these details add up, right? So as many details as you can get in this top section as possible will be better. Now, next we have skills, right? So what are you actually good at long term? Now, we have creator and expert, right? So someone who's kind of like monetizing their expertise. We have an innovator or builder, someone that just loves building new things or lead magnets or courses, right? And then we have a leader and communicator. So the way I really look at this is we have solo, we have founder led, which is kind of like what I'm in right now. And then we have full service. So full service would be like Gary Vee or Alex Ramosi. Again, it's really just about figuring out having the self-awareness to know what are you good at long term, right? And what do you want to actually do long term, day to day. Now, lastly, where everyone messes up because they wanted to focus on doing this first is the delivery, right? Now, what I've done here is actually listed them from worst to best on what I think is the best way to actually go ahead of delivering your product and services. Now, obviously, depending on what niche you're in, will this change for. So first is going to be recurring info or group. Now, this is one to many or one to none, which is amazing, but think of school. Now, the only problem I have with school is that it's like selling somebody a book one time, or excuse me, it's like selling somebody a book, and then 3 months later, after they're not reading the book anymore, they're like, why am I paying for this still? So it's a little bit harder for the business owner to track your churn rate, right? To actually know when the drop offs are. So that's the why that's basically number 6. Now, number 5 is going to be one-on-one group coaching. Now, don't get me wrong, I love one-on-one coaching because you can actually help people, right? And it's way more personalized. However, you're going to have a bandwidth issue here. Now, I'm not saying that this doesn't have to be what you offer, right? Because if you only want to work with 20 to 40 clients, perfect, right? You can build a big business working one on one with 20 to 40 clients, right? Now, next we have done with you. Now, I like done with you a little bit better just because this is not necessarily me coaching you. This is me actually helping guarantee the results, right? Again, you're going to run into a bandwidth issue, which is why it's number 4. Now, next we have info and course. Now, this is going to be one to none, which is why I love it and why many people love the course and the info product route. However, the only reason why it's not ranked higher is because I would rather know for certain that I'm actually delivering the promise to my clients, right? So if I'm selling 1,000 units to a course, I want to know that 900 people are actually getting results. I don't want just 200 people to get results, if that makes sense. Because a lot of times you get into these courses and it's just information overload, right? So if you can actually hold people's hands, it's a little bit better. Now that's where the group coaching comes into play, right? Because it's one to many. So again, you can give them the course information, but then you can schedule specific days where they can get their questions answered. Now, this is also good because people can go into this and get their questions answered that they might have not even thought that they had that right question, right? So, for example, somebody comes in, they ask a question, and that triggers somebody else's thoughts to ask a new question, right? And it's just a piggyback game. Now, my favorite one out of all of them that I've been doing for a year now is Done For You. Now, Done For You essentially just allows you to guarantee results, right? Now, it obviously depends on the niche, depends on the offer, the situation, but most of the time it allows you to have full control over getting the client the best results. Now, again, none of this is right or wrong. This is all situational to what you actually want your dream life to actually look like. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.